Welcome to the Bite-Sized Security Podcast, your source for practical online security advice. Join me, my guest, and sometimes my trained AI voice, as I explore ways to protect your digital footprint against the growing cyber threats. From mastering better passwords to understanding encryption and VPNs, the Bite-Sized Security Podcast breaks complex topics into clear guidance. It's time to take control of your online presence. You're listening to the Bite-Sized Security Podcast, unlocking solutions for your digital life. Let's get to it. Welcome back to another edition of Bite-Sized Security, your source for bite-sized cybersecurity lessons. I'm your host, Marc David, and with me today I have expert Amelia Thompson to discuss an important topic: keeping your devices, accounts, and information secure while traveling. Whether headed on a work trip or family vacation, travel introduces new online risks. Amelia joins me to share simple precautions travelers can take to avoid cyber headaches. Let's dive in. Amelia, great to have you on the show. Can you start by explaining some of the unique cyber risks travelers face that people should be aware of?
Happy to be here, Mark. Traveling inherently makes maintaining our typical digital security defenses more challenging. Using unfamiliar public Wi-Fi and foreign networks creates risks of snooping or spoofing. Carrying and using devices in more public settings increases chances of theft and unauthorized access. And accessing accounts remotely can expose us to phishing attempts. Being prepared allows minimizing these risks.
Let's start with public Wi-Fi, since many travelers connect to hotel, airport, or cafe networks while on the go. What precautions do you recommend when using public Wi-Fi?
I suggest avoiding accessing any sensitive accounts like banking or email directly over public Wi-Fi, as these networks are easy for cybercriminals to spy on. If you must use public networks, utilize a trusted virtual private network app to encrypt your connection for privacy. Also stick to HTTPS sites which encrypt transmissions. And consider using your phone's cellular data for urgent logins rather than an open network when possible. Basically, approach public connections with great caution.
What about securing the devices we travel with, especially through airports? Any tips there?
Absolutely. Enable baggage tracking in airline apps so your devices stay with your luggage during transit. Enable device location tracking as well in case they are lost or stolen. Use device locks like fingerprints for quick access while maintaining security. And keep devices on your person rather than placing them in luggage compartments or rental car seats. Also disable Bluetooth and auto connect to avoid unauthorized access. A little extra care prevents lost or stolen devices.
Many travelers access their accounts abroad to check email or bank balances. Are there any special precautions they should take?
Definitely take measures to verify your identity and lock down accounts when traveling internationally. Enable the strongest two-factor authentication on sensitive logins before leaving. Set travel notices on financial accounts to prevent fraudulent foreign transactions being blocked. Avoid public Wi-Fi for secure logins abroad. And monitor accounts diligently for any unexplained activity. Basically, be extra vigilant about account security.
What about the risks of phishing attempts and social engineering that travelers often face in airports, train stations, etc.? How can people avoid getting hooked?
When traveling, we're often rushing and distracted, which makes us prime targets for scams. Be very wary of anyone approaching you asking for personal information like account details or social security numbers for any reason. Avoid plugging devices into public USB power outlets which could compromise them. And never enter credentials on unverified networks or computers. Scammers exploit travelers' haste, so always stay alert.
Are there any other important cyber measures travelers should take before a trip to be prepared?
A few things I recommend are updating devices' operating systems and antivirus software to patch vulnerabilities. Back up any critical data in case devices are damaged or stolen. Use password manager apps to access stronger login credentials on the go. And know who to promptly contact if accounts are compromised while traveling. Preparing devices, accounts, and contact plans helps minimize hassles.
For listeners really worried about travel security, are there any advanced steps or tools you suggest?
There are a few additional options frequent travelers can consider, like using burner or temporary travel phones devoid of personal data for the trip duration. Enterprise mobile device management solutions allow securely configuring company-issued phones with restrictions tailored for travel. And some VPNs offer advanced split tunneling features to finely control device traffic. But the basics we covered provide fundamental security.
Final thoughts for travelers looking to stay cyber secure.
I would just remind travelers to stay vigilant and patient when it comes to digital security, using caution on open networks, keeping close tabs on devices, and verifying unprompted login requests before acting all go a long way towards a secure, hassle-free trip. Safe travels.
Outstanding travel cybersecurity tips. Thank you for joining me.
Of course, my pleasure, Mark.
That wraps up this edition of Bite-Sized Security, focused on maintaining your cyber protections while on the go. Implement key measures for your devices, accounts, Wi-Fi use, and avoid scams. Stay safe out there on your next trip. For more security lessons, keep listening to Bite-Sized Security. See you next time. Thanks for listening to another episode of Bite-Sized Security, the quick-hitting podcast serving bite-sized tips to boost your online safety. We covered a lot of ground today and easy-to-digest nuggets of practical cybersecurity advice. If you want to learn more ways to protect your data and identity online, be sure to subscribe for future episodes. We'll continue breaking down complex security topics into straightforward guidance anyone can apply. Visit our website, bitesizesecurity.show, for recaps and show notes from all of our podcasts. We hope these bite-sized cyber lessons have given you new tools in your digital security toolbox. This is your host signing off until next time. Stay safe in the digital world. You've been listening to Bite-Sized Security.